Okay. Yeah, round two. That was amazing. So I went live just moments ago. I went live, and the very second I went live, frozen. But okay, that's fine. I've learned to roll with the punches. First, let's see. I have a dedication moment. There's definitely some people out there in the realm of the YouTubes that have the utmost adoration for moi. I was on I was visiting PBR's channel for a brief duration there, and some dude named Brett, whatever his alleged screen name is, he was in there just showing a lot of love. So I just wanted to start this and say hello for one. Hey, see, we're like minded. We're like this. Hello, Queen Survivor. I always like in the beginning to say my hellos, and I try to just get right to it. All right, power right through. So yeah, I'm chilling in another stream, and it's amazing the random fake folks that come out the woodwork and say whatever. Hey, White Dragon, a good evening to you, good sir. And what at Mr. Actions are not distractions. I don't mind starting all of my streams like this. Wolverine, Shabbat Shalom. Your messages have been very well received, man. They hit me right in the soul, right in the heart. Thank you so much, bro. Especially that last one. I actually shared it with my father. Brandy, my darling woman, I really hope to see you soon. I hope that's possible. My birthday's coming up. It's coming up, and I'm going to turn 24 years old. Ignore the white hairs and my pants that are currently on fire. I'm no cap in here, son. You could tell by my lingo. I'm clearly as young as possible. Maybe I'm not 25, okay? You know, I might have embellished, all right? 25, same ish as 38. Same thing. So check it. Okay, let's see. First, oh man. See, when I went live originally, I had a nice thank you typed out for CanCon. So let me give a shout out to my boy CanCon. I'm very proud of him. I've made this no secret. You know, he is Thanksgiving week. Okay, absolutely done. Absolutely done. I will make sure I'm available. Hell, we could bring our families together. I will not accept any alternative. So that aside, CanCon, as we know, all right, an accomplished journalist, and he does not mess around. Ducks, I can't see you, but hello. And well, I just for one, I was on break, and I'm just kicking it. And one of my who was it? I think it was actually no, it wasn't in the break room. Dux walks in while I'm working, and she shared with me that, hey, did you hear Hunter Biden got indicted or is facing charges? I was like, wait, what? What? You know, because I usually expect to be in the know, but I'm a busy man sometimes, you know. And so I hear, and then I find the immediate irony, which all of us that I when I discuss this in the break room, everybody seems to be on the same page here. The irony that every single aspect of the mainstream, the government, the FBI, the media, whatever the case, that's one and the same there. Just the status quo, right? How hard have they? Hey, base girl, darling, I sent you a message. Check your Facebook. How hard have they gone after Trump? And maybe it's a good thing. This is not going to focus too much on Trump. I'd like to say real quick before I jump in and check out something that CanCon sent, not exclusively to me, but I did reach out to him. I'm like, bro, I'm searching Google, DuckDuckGo, and I'm looking for an unbiased article. I would love a breakdown and assessment of what the hell Hunter Biden has gotten himself into. And I just know the consensus. Like, I didn't even know he was into the firearm game, yo. I didn't know he was that hip and cool. We're dealing with a badass over here. So CanCon sends me this article. Why even wait? Why wait? Let me jump right in. Whatever I had on the brain, what was I gonna say was super refreshing. Uh, yeah, shout out. You know, RFK went on a podcast that is. It's just I'm so glad that he absolutely sees the DNC is trying to screw him over. Okay, if you love or hate the guy, they're pulling a Bernie blackout on him. They're censoring him. They do not want him to get any respect. That's the DNC eating themselves from within, and I love that RFK throws them under the bus at every opportunity. So let me open this up. I'm feeling rusty because I usually, or as of late, been using my phone. But let's see what CanCon sent over to moi. I opened it right up. Here we are. Let me make sure that you can see what I see. Okay, yeah, that's my Facebooks. Here's y'all in the StreamYards. Okay, I'm gonna full screen this. Smoking gun. This is, look at that. There's my boy. That's Mr. Brian Lupo, the journalist himself. Look at this article. It's gotten almost 500 comments. I don't even know when this dropped. There's a video here, so we got bonus points. So let me see. Okay, because he had told me if you really want to have your mind blown, read this one. So I'm reading all of this for the first time. I had no time. This was released when 8 in the morning on May 25th. So I suppose this might give some context regarding the gun charges that Hunter is now facing. So, all right, Joe Biden infamously, right? Well, what's the title? Hunter Biden's pay for play. We know that's how he rolls. Contract / emails revealed from days before the infamous son of a bitch was fired trip to Ukraine. Joe Biden infamously bragged about his $1 billion loan guarantee quid pro quo meeting that took place in December 2015 in Ukraine. Remember, apparently I'm going to get my, I'm going to be enlightened and shocked. Let's see what this reveals. And a clip. Okay. Joe couldn't help bragging, yes, about getting the prosecutor in investigating Burisma. I remember this. Victor Shokin fired years later in a Council on Foreign Relations panel. In his boastings, Biden also implicated then President Obama in that exchange. I don't think I knew that, so I'm not all caught up as I thought I was. This is a quote, "You have no authority, you're not the president," to which Biden smugly replied, "Call him." Wait a minute. Okay. Biden implicated Obama, right. In that very exchange, who is it was he talking to? Okay, all right. Let me see this clip since it's here for a reason. Full screen, full volume. Hold on, you silly goose, you. Don't fall asleep, Mr. Biden. Just stick with me, all right? That's some low audio. What can I do? Let me prepare this. Hopefully we don't get the massive feedback. All right. I'm gonna let's see how this goes. Testing.
I
So
was
low.
not but it just happened to be that was the assignment I got. I got all the good ones, so I got Ukraine, and I remember going over convincing our team or others to convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees.
Okay, that we should be providing for loan guarantees. I think I got to paraphrase this. I can't hear the audio. Why is the audio so poor? I need a better setup. Aside from that, there's nothing else I can do. Let me just give a listen.
I guess the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee.
Another $1 billion loan
I
guarantee.
Gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and
the commitment from Poroshenko. Okay.
From Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor.
Take action against the state prosecutor.
So they said they were walking out the press conference. Said, "No," I said, "I'm not going to."
They walked out the press conference. Oh, is this where he implicates Obama?
We're not going to give you the $1 billion.
We're not going to give you the $1 billion. Oh, I remember this now.
You're not the president. The president said.
So it's just, this is an image of the quote that I read above. Okay. Given that. But more shocking than this admission are emails that strongly suggest Hunter Biden's involvement in this effort to close down for, what is that? What does the SIC mean? I'm being totally honest. I have no idea what that means. Citation, any cases, pursuits against Nikolai Slovinsky in Ukraine. The following outlines a thorough investigation by Badlands Media co-founder John Harold. Let's see what they got today on Badlands Daily. We dissected my latest article, which provides damning evidence of Biden corruption. I hope it is truly something that is substantial enough to do damage. I'm relieved to hear that Hunter, it may pay the piper to some degree. They need to break this whole perception that you can be too connected and too connected, too wealthy to fail, whatever the case may be. That you can be related to a politician, related to the president, and you can get away with just about damn near anything. Oh, what's that, Hunter? Do we know for a fact that you should have been gotten for human trafficking because you did take prostitutes from one country to another, which makes it absolutely not even technically, it's just literally human trafficking. But you know what? You're Joe Biden's baby boy. It's okay, right? This standard, I hope that going after Hunter and getting him indicted and having the charges stick, I don't care if it's the DNC's inside job to get Joe Biden impeached or off the ticket. I was talking with one of my superiors today. I'm terrified. I'm absolutely terrified about this election cycle. We both agreed this is the most important election in our lifetime. I'm scared. And this is odd. I did express that I'm intrigued by Vivek, and I know some of you have mentioned to me privately, I won't put your names out there, that some of you think, and I'd love to know why. Please put in the comments so I can check it out later, as I always read the comments. Why do some people believe Vivek is a plant? I understand he looks polished, but he's released 20 years of his tax returns. They tried to cancel him on one stupid thing that he both acknowledges for affirmative action is not helpful. And secondly, though, yes, he did accept a $50,000 what was it, scholarship, and affirmative action was his ally at the time, and some mainstream news anchor talking head piece of shit was trying to cancel him on it, and that was a refreshing debate to watch, because the mainstream ended up looking like a bunch of fools. They just wanted to focus on that little pin needle. But I don't understand this distrust. I mean, I understand why universally, us as Americans, we don't trust a damn thing about our government. No question. We are aligned in that. But what is it that anybody here sees that is weird, suspicious, or not right about Vivek? And RFK, I still like the guy. The voice thing, I'm sure SNL and other countries might make fun of him, but by God, that man is willing to make himself all the right enemies, and he's got the right enemies. The FBI does not like him. That means I love him. The DNC hates the guy. He's got my attention, even though he's on that side. So let's see this. Please have some volume. Oh, well, there's CanCon right there in this very clip. Of course, CanCon is in all the right circles doing that work. He worked with Lou Dobbs a couple weeks ago.
Somebody from Blue Star Strategies, this Jessica, emails over to Devin Archer, says, please see our revised proposal, contract, and initial invoice for Burisma Holdings. Hunter would confirm, I do feel comfortable with Blue Star and the ability of Sally and Karen to deliver. You should go ahead and sign. Here he's urging him to sign the contract with Blue Star Strategies, which again, the scope of that contract is to get high-ranking U.S. officials to meet in Ukraine with the ultimate purpose of closing down cases pursuits against Nikolai in Ukraine. They signed the contracts in about mid-November. I think it was like November 11th. And then they start scheduling these conference calls. So there's a series on Burisma Blue Star Strategies kickoff call, strategies, calls, like all. So they're starting to meet and have calls. On 12/2, December 2nd, there's an email that showed that, dear all, this morning the White House hosted a conference call regarding the vice president's upcoming trip to Ukraine. Attaches a memo from the Blue Star Strategies team with the minutes of the call, which outlined the trip's agenda and addressed several questions regarding U.S. policy towards Ukraine. So Hunter Biden urged Vadim and Burisma to sign a contract with Blue Star Strategies, and like 2 weeks later, Blue Star Strategies is on a conference call with the White House regarding their trip to Ukraine, and they have minutes of the meeting, and they're sending it to Burisma. Like, come on, guys. What the hell is this? Biden was apparently planning to unveil an extra $1 billion in loan guarantees to help Ukraine's economy rebuild, but changed his mind en route to Kyiv. He changed his mind on the way. It later emerged that in private, he told Poroshenko that the $1 billion guarantee was linked to those reforms, including removal of Viktor Shokin.
I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting $1 billion. I said, you're not getting $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving.
Here's what we saw. Here's the evidence.
Leaving in 6 hours.
Poor audio
The
still,
prosecutor's
but I
not
played
fired,
it
you're
earlier.
not getting the money.
Let's do the jump here.
If the prosecutor is not fired, you're not getting the money.
That's a way to leverage
and
your
back
power.
to the scope of Blue Star Strategies' work, the ultimate purpose to close down cases, pursuits against Nikolai and Ukraine. Then we have this email. Dear all, at Devin's request, on December 7th, I'm writing to schedule a call between Blue Star and Burisma, preferably tomorrow morning, given the time zone. So they had a call on December 8th, and Biden's supposed to give that speech on December 9th. So while Joe Biden was in Ukraine, Blue Star and Burisma teams have this call, and it's like the last in the series of like all these calls and strategy calls. And wouldn't you know it, he withheld $1 billion until that prosecutor got fired.
See, that's not how these things are supposed to work. That is a smoking gun of wrongdoing, of corruption as allowed by the system. Or if it's not, if the system is, I don't believe it's designed to be used in that way, there should be consequences being spoken about if we were in an honest a country with an honest media, with investigative journalists, with our actual interests at heart. They would be nailing Biden to the cross about this. And I only hear this in passing, and it's easily just scoffed at. And you know, when I tell any Democrat, oh, you know, what, that's nothing. They don't even understand the contents of what's really going on or what was done. So let me continue. I kind of sold somebody out to do this live. I got to rectify that. Sorry, I ate a lot of spicy food today, and it's really hurting me right now. Jamaican beef patties, hot sauce. Sorry. Okay, what do we got going on? That's painful. All right, Sally Painter, a former Clinton that tells me all I need to know, because Clinton equals absolutely evil. The former Clinton administration senior advisor from 93 to 95 and co-founder, COO of Blue Star. Oh my God. So this person actually works in this foundation, this Blue Star Strategies, reached out to Hunter Biden in February of 2011 in an email asking if Hunter would consider a position on the board of the Truman National Security Project. That's the last person I want anywhere near our national security. Please, powers that be, that I have no faith in. You have to know. Even though you're all doing things for your own pockets, your own interest, you keep your little 1%, all your families, everybody close-knit and in power, but you have to know what's bad for the country. Hunter Biden, the Bidens are bad for the country, but it's very telling that Biden has been allowed to be as he is, living so free like a complete moron. And it's transparently, he's clearly a moron, and somehow he's still the president. I don't know. No faith in the system. Let's see. All right, Dear Hunter, great to see you in the BA. Forget it. Let me see the meat and potatoes here. I am on the board of the Truman National Security Project. We are looking for a new board member. Would you have an interest in being considered? If you have an interest in learning more, let me know. We can discuss, blah, blah, blah. We'll smoke some crack together, have a grand old time. We'll traffic some prostitutes. We'll get $150 million worth of hot dogs and pizza. Oh, sorry, I was reading the other letter. Okay. A month later, Painter emailed Hunter back and said, you were a big hit as expected. I think you will get the actual offer in the next 3 weeks. Jake Sullivan, the current national security advisor, would later join the Truman National Board in 2017. This email string and the subsequent, what does this all mean? And the subsequent offer lay the foundation of Painter's relationship with Hunter, predating this incredible discovery. Okay, so connections are being formed. Hands are being behind the curtains. All the relationships are being formed, getting rigged as far back as 2011. Fast forward to October of 2015, Joan Mayer of Rosemont, Seneca emailed Hunter and Eric Sherwin a schedule for the next week that included the line, "Hold, breakfast with Devin, Vadim, and Sally Painter. TBD, to be determined." Vadim refers to Vadim Posarski, the fixer for shady oligarchs, according to a New York Post article. I am reading a little bit above my own knowledge. I will. There's names that I'm saying aloud that I don't fully know their involvement. I should have invited CanCon on. He just finished a live stream. In the near future. Vadim had previously asked Hunter how you could use your influence to convey a message to stop what we consider to be politically motivated actions. That's not supposed to be done. Okay, regarding Burisma's leader and ongoing investigations. About a week later, on October 31st, 2015, Hunter's former partner, Devin Archer, would forward an email from Blue Star Strategies to Vadim, Hunter, and Sherwin. Sally Painter was CC'd on the original email. The subject reads, "Revised Burisma proposal, contract, and invoice." Invoice. So what, Bill? What are they invoicing anybody for? Are they they're showing like, hey, this is the cost of doing business? While the contract itself is not available for download, the context of the follow-up emails strongly suggests a pay-for-play operation immediately before Joe Biden's famous son of a bitch was fired trip to Ukraine. Okay. And then the reply. I really hope you guys understand this maybe better than I am as I'm just reading it and presenting it. The names are lost upon me. This is not my strongest suit here. All right. Largely lacking concrete, tangible results that we set out to achieve in the first place. Doesn't offer any names of top U.S. officials here in Ukraine. And as key targets for improving Nikolai's case and his situation. Okay. The preferential treatment. This is just corruption. It's spelling out corruption. This is supposed to be solid evidence that in a country that plays fair would be used against them, against the entirety of the family, not just getting Biden on specific charges. But I read briefly that there was 3 felonies that he's facing up to, that there was a plea deal involved, and the plea deal got screwed up. That's what I want to really be learning about. I might just skip a little bit. Bear with me. And I'm sorry, my throat is on fire. I know everybody joins to watch me spit in the garbage. Let's see. If, however, this is done deliberately to be on the safe and cautious side, he can understand the rationale. So this is okay. This is only painting the picture of these individuals working together to ensure what somebody's firing, that they'll work together and do what? Well, initially erring on the side of caution, Vadim then lets out the most damning evidence of a pay-for-play between Hunter Biden's associates at Rosemont, Seneca, Burisma, and U.S. officials under the Obama administration. Well, get Obama over here. And his, did we ever come to a consensus? Does Obama play for the other team? I did get we were able to find Obama's college letters to his boo back in college. Homeboy was definitely the quote unquote, I'm not pushing any agenda, quote unquote, he thinks about homosexual sex every day. That's legit in the letter. I'm paraphrasing, but that's exactly what he is saying. So, okay, I'm going to skip a little further. I want to see more about Hunter Biden here with the gun charges. So, sorry if I've read some things that I don't fully grasp, but I know there's a lot brighter folks in the chat. I trust you all. Absolutely. I'm trying to find the bottom here. This is the very trip that Joe Biden threatened to withhold the $1 billion in loan guarantees with President Obama's blessing. See, okay. That simplifies everything. Obama should also be held accountable. That presidential power that Trump used to defend taking any documents and leaving them in the safety of his own home, as opposed to Biden leaving them strewn out everywhere, and Hunter and the laptops. It's just, you can't even compare the cases. The investigation into Burisma and Nikolai was eventually closed, of course, by Shokin's successor, Yuri Lechko. Yeah, all from the N-Star. Blue Star Strategies would come under investigation for illegal lobbying in 2021, according to Fox News. While the Fox News article does mention access to high levels of the Clinton campaign, all tied together. Never fails. Never fails. In the weeks leading up to the 2016 election, there is no reference to the 2015, why would there be, contract between Blue Star Strategies, Rosemont Seneca, Vadim in 2015, just a week or two before Joe Biden's now infamous Ukraine trip. Okay. I really am eager to speak to CanCon himself to get a better understanding. Hey, Indy, it's okay with the BRB. Oh, what do you got? Rumor has it Brandon may have property in Ukraine. Would not be shocked. Bear with me. Sorry, I ate a lot of spicy stuff today. All right, now here's really what I wanted to learn. You know what? CanCon was kind enough to actually send me another article regarding Hunter Biden. And he said that they did aggregated from Reuters here. I'm going to send it to my Facebook so that I can open it and we can all take a look. It's a bit more simplified, thankfully. All right. Oh, and I'm not going to go on a COVID tangent, but by God, I cannot believe that the media they're pushing the same crap, man. The same things that we all learned very, very clearly just did not work. Masks and all of it, like as if we didn't go through it. They really, really think we're entirely stupid. Okay, all right. So, yep, this works. Now I'm going to read this here. I need to understand, as I don't know. I don't know anything about, I just know the plea deal got screwed. So today, Hunter Biden was indicted on federal gun charges on Thursday. Biden was indicted in a Delaware court on 3 counts related to his possession of a firearm while using drugs. Okay, see, this is a good example of the laws that apply to all of us. We would be locked up for a very, very long time. Meanwhile, January 6th participants that were manipulated and goaded by local law enforcement, Secret Service, that one I'm not sure about, FBI, absolutely, how many plants were there? And these folks were not even given trials and were left to sit and stew and stir for how long? 2 years, if not longer in some cases, right? Hunter Biden, we got videos of him smoking the crack, okay? And he's got in possession of a freaking firearm. Any Joe Schmo, tax-paying, regular American citizen would be facing serious prison time, okay? That's a felony upon a felony. And he somehow, this man is like music video famous. Like we can just go, ha, ha, ha. And a plea deal? Are you kidding me? So give me something. Give me some hope. This article, I'm going to speak to you as if you were a deity. Put hope right here. I need it. I'm dying. 2 of the counts carry a max. Oh, my God. Don't get my hopes up. 2 of the counts carry a maximum prison sentence of 10 years. Okay, no way in hell this guy's getting the max. No way. While the third has a maximum of 5 years. Okay. What do you think is gonna be the outcome? Because I think there's 2 options here. The DNC, maybe, like this is not the way I want it to go. All right, I don't want to make the most rotten core of my enemies, the DNC, our enemies, whatever the case, with an exception of like RFK, who's got my attention. If this is them trying to remove Biden from the ticket by actually delving out or some justice, getting Hunter behind bars, that's not the way I want things to go, because the DNC knows they're profiting off of this by getting whoever they want to coronate for the job. But if this is through nothing short of a miracle, if this is actually people out there trying to do what's right because it's right, please let that be the case. Then I'm all for it. Okay, I don't know that I always want to see the people that we despise get what's coming to them just because if it's going to benefit somebody that's even worse, I don't know. I mean, I hate this family with a passion. Special counsel Dave Weiss indicted Hunter Biden after the sweetheart plea deal fell apart last month. That I'm shocked about. I thought the plea deal, which was way too damn good for him, was going to remain throughout. Hunter Biden was charged with 1 count of false statement in purchase of a firearm, 1 count of false statement related to information required to be kept by federal firearms licensed dealer, and 1 count of possession by a person who is an unlawful user of or addicted to a controlled substance. Crack. ABC News reported. The Gateway pundit reported back in October 2020 that his then lover and deceased brother's widow tossed the gun in the trash. Oh, that's not obstructing an investigation. Hunter admitted this is an online conversation with his family when they accused him his family? They accused him of inappropriate conduct in front of a child. And on the next day, we provided additional text messages from Hunter Biden that were devastating. Okay, learning in real time. In a long text that Hunter sent to a family friend, Hunter exposed all that was going on with him and his family. We shared texts where Hunter comes across as borderline, completely full-on crazy, insane, batshit, like beyond the Joker. Hunter Biden should be the next Joker in some film where he gets offed at the end. Hunter shared that his dead brother's wife, Haley Biden, whom he had an affair with, what a guy, threw his his firearm away, and the police, FBI, and Secret Service got involved. Haley claimed she did this because she was afraid Hunter would harm himself or the kids. Give me more. Here's an actual text. Ooh, T. Okay. She has repeatedly made me feel... Whoa, am I reading a... Is this from Hunter? Okay. She has, being Haley, repeatedly made me feel sexually inadequate in comparison to the men she has been with before me, and then tells me all she needs from me is sex. She has shown me pictures of the escort she planned to see. What is going on here? Very becoming of the first family. My, have our standards fallen. She has told people so many lies about me. I mean, at least you don't smoke crack, right? Right? He's still in my closet smoking crack. Hold on. I'm getting really invested. This is turning into an episode of Jerry Springer. She has told people so many lies about me. She has been my single biggest detractor privately and publicly. She goes as far as to say that she won't tell me what she does in any given day. Have you guys seen this crap? I do not really know. Dude, this is the guy that traffics prostitutes, man. Should have gone away for that. And he's worried about what? Her indiscretion? I do not really know in any way any one of her friends. She has never, maybe she doesn't want to introduce crackhead to her buddies. Just call me crazy. She has never, except once, included me with her friends. Somebody tattoo a teardrop under Hunter Biden's right eye immediately. She planned well in advance and executed a move from Minneapolis to Delaware with the kids from our home, you mean daddy's home, without telling me in secret, and even got a job. Oh my God, things are that bad that you're... Is this the wife, the girlfriend? She had to get a job because you can't provide for shit. Knowing the worst place in the world for me was Delaware. Why, you ruined your namesake there? She has told people I've ruined her credit and taken money from her. Probably because you've done that and worse. That is blurred out, but it clearly shows the name Haley. Owes me $440,000 at least just from Amex. I had an accountant here go through every Amex statement and every wire transfer I've made or received. Yeah, bring that transparency over to us. I wouldn't care, except that's the rumor she started that went all the way from her lips to the club to a random bar and an acquaintance 3 times removed. He heard that Hunter... Okay, I don't know who sent this. He heard that Hunter had spent all... I'll say Haley's money, and that does not include the over $350,000 I gave her. I have given her sister. She has implied that whoever's there and I are sleeping together. She has told people that I constantly obsessively invade her privacy, going through photos, phone bills, etc. She forgets that she was the first to do that. I had no say. Okay, let's see what's in red. She stole the gun out of my truck lockbox and threw in a garbage can full to the top at Jansen's, then told me it was my problem to deal with. That sounds off. Because okay, she did it because she was in fear, right? All right. Then when the police, the FBI, the Secret Service came on the scene, she said she took it from me because she was scared I would harm myself. All right, this is Hunter. What are you talking about himself the third person up above? Would harm myself due to my drug and alcohol problem and our volatile relationship, and that she was afraid for the kids. Rightly so, you scumbag. Look at that. The face not even a mother would love. Plays victim. He's accused of walking around. Yep, watching porn and doing. What a first son. This is America's son. Disgusting. Federal prosecutors have indicted Hunter Biden's son. We all know on gun charges. Court documents show. Okay, well that's why he didn't want to be in Delaware, because they got his ass. All right. Anything else? Give me something useful. I don't want to just keep reading for the sake of it. Okay, let me see one quote, and then there's some items of interest I'd love to tend to. Prosecutors say the venue for Hunter Biden's tax-related charges lies either in California or D.C., not Delaware. Okay, so then the charges are withstanding in Delaware, and he's got separate charges, tax-related from California or D.C. All right, venue for these offenses does not lie in Delaware. Rather, venue of these offenses and any other related tax offenses lies either in the Central District, which is what I just said. Okay. All right. I am dying to see justice. Please. Let me jump over. I've been slowly compiling some things of interest. And let me see. What do I got? There's some personal notes. Oh, I was looking into the statistics. Remember, I did I did a little rant about the over-sexualization due to social media living of the children of America, and that the statistics are, first off, children are saying they're binary up 4,000%. All right, that's something I learned just a couple days ago, and I said that on a live last night, if I recall, and there's just so many other details that make it so much worse. All right, let me see what I got here. This is not news. We came to this conclusion. I'm not going to dwell deep into this. Just, are they pushing masks? Let me just ask you guys. Are they pushing masks where you guys are? Anybody in? All right, actually, there's some interesting comments that I would be interested. I'm enthralled. I would love to see what you guys have to say. So feel free. Oh, snap. What's up, James? Let me see. Sorry. Did you forget? Yeah, they are allowed to do whatever they want. Never fails. Let me go further down. Rumor has it Brandon may. Yep, okay. That was. Yeah, I'm going. The lesser of the charges, still protecting the big guy. If you believe there was or are plants in the agencies, why not? No, you're right. White Dragon, 100%, dude. I'm just saying, personally for myself, I've not yet found the smoking gun for Vivek. I'm not going to say I blindly trust a single soul, period. I'll tell you, I don't believe RFK is a plant. I believe he's a thorn in the side of the DNC, and they will do everything in their power to have him removed off the ticket, period, 100%. But Vivek he's not striking me as being just that. But I'm open and receptive and the extreme skeptic. I will always question everything. And feel free to add any more information. Nothing will happen. I don't pray. Sometimes I meditate to myself. Sometimes I'll pretend I'm speaking to deceased loved ones. That's my praying. That's my prayer. That's my version of it. But I'm so desperate to see justice for so many different corrupt aspects. The Sackler family, that is pretty literally single-handedly the reason why we lost just about close to 1 million or more lives. The great opiate epidemic is because of the Sackler family, and I'm still waiting because they took away the protections of the bankruptcy filings I hope that we see justice there. I hope that we see some monicum, just some smidgen of justice toward the Biden family. I hope it hurts them. I really do. Not just because it's spiteful, because it's right, because there has to be, to some degree, regardless of how untouchable they may be, that somebody has to take accountability, or what's the point of any of it? We may as well have a full-on anarchy if we sit here and watch everybody in power live a completely opposite life by a completely different set of rules than us. We have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired of seeing that play out time and time again. I am not willing to live the rest of my life seeing these people, the same names, the same connections, get away with all of this crap. Oh, and by the way, let me just say, fuck Oprah and The Rock. Okay, I'm interested in what Indy has to say here. It's all to lead us to. Okay, I've heard this. I've heard this theory. All right, like there's a lot of people I've been talking to that just straight up believe that. Well, for one, there's those that are convinced the end times is around the corner. But there's also others that believe that by design, the government wants to force us into some form of civil war. And the more I think about it, I've come up with kind of a new theory. Think of just the world as we know it, dealing with a pendulum, a giant pendulum, right? That pendulum has gone so far to one side, so far to the left. Okay, right? The progressive base, what was once known as progressives, and the left, and the squad, AOC, Ilhan Omar, Nina Turner, all those fakes that tried to win us over and won, and then showed us that they were complete frauds when they got on Pelosi's teat. They have all gotten their way. And the T within the LGBTQIA OP SpongeBob SquarePants Patrick Star family, the T has pretty much enveloped and radicalized everything. Schools don't have to tell parents or families what their children are doing, and given the amount of time they spend in schools, it's alarming. Given that prepubescent children are allowed to decide their genders and go ahead and opt for surgeries, is alarming, deplorable, disgusting, and backwards. So I think the pendulum has swung almost, I hope it doesn't go much further, as far left as it can humanly go. That is my belief. Although I'm sure the slippery slope idealism can go even further, and I don't want it to go that way. I don't think America wants it to go that way, but there's a strong force pushing it that way. Now, my belief, call this maybe a little bit of hope, right? The pendulum always has to swing back, though. It'll go X amount this way. The loud minorities, the people that advocate for being the victim, screaming, "Oh, I'm so oppressed," just like the woman that was demanding reparations because she couldn't pay her $1,000 bill at Target, and suddenly, I want to have a bigger conversation, get reparations, so cover my bill because I said so. So that level of entitlement and radicalism is going as far as it can. I do believe to some extent, just due to not the law of averages, just how things go, there may be a swing back more to the right, okay, in from a cultural societal standpoint, where we may see more of a return in demand for the nuclear family, for, I hope, common sense, for people that start to stand up and say, because there's been a lot of noise to counter the noise that the left side, and how far that pendulum has gone. So it will swing back. I don't know what span of time is necessary, or if it's years, but I do believe it's going to come back, and we may see more of a demand because of right stream media, because of movies like The Sound of Freedom. Look at the success of every element that is known or identified as more conservative or right wing or whatever the case. So I do hope in my heart to some degree, even though I'm not really a lefty or a righty, that it does swing back in that way, and there is a refocus, a reaffirmation for the traditional aspects. I hate the idea from the youth on the left side. They think that the traditional, the nuclear, is unfashionable, but The pendulum always swings, and it has to be inevitable that it goes back in the direction of some form of common sense. I just don't know how it's going to develop, what that's going to look like. That's just something I've thought on for a bit. Let me see. It's like the shell game. Look over here while the big situation is being put together over there. That quote right there just reminds me of that entire article I read where I don't really know all the names and what their involvements were or their connections, but that was from 2011 to 2015 to nearly current day, all of the wrong connections being made so that they can rig and ensure certain actions, legislation, protections of all of the villains in this country, in this world, on a huge level. Let me continue to see, and thank you for the insight, the feedback. I love having this. Now, Angry Conservative, believe it or not, this is not quite a rant, although I am a ranter. Let me see what you got here. Why are we really that nope, there's no surprise. There's no surprise. Sometimes I feel ridiculous when I say I have optimism, but I don't want to yet. Like, I don't know for a fact that I need to lose my hope entirely. I'm really banking on this election cycle to hopefully not end up with another freaking headline in Time magazine that illustrates we ensured that a shadow cabal made certain that the security of the election was upheld. I don't ever want to see another quote like that in some largely mainstream outlet that says that, like, in plain sight. It's the largest insult that they could possibly do. And I really hope that those insults start to generate into real rage and starts generating real action. And we can't keep allowing ourselves to be thrown off in like cave-like prisons because we decided to speak out against an election that was clearly suspect. So suspect, in fact, that YouTube went ahead and walked backward and changed their terms of service to now it's okay to say that the election was probably fraudulent. I don't know that we can say it with certainty, but literally, when it was still fresh, tell me this is not by design. When it was still fresh, we couldn't say that, right? Because the iron was still too hot. There has to be relevance. If you can't speak it when it's the most relevant, when it's still so fresh in the mind of everybody and every American, we can't talk about it. But now, since the slow drip that I always talk about, they slowly drip information to us so that it just doesn't hit the same. So now we can talk about it. Now I can talk about COVID being a crock of shit, and it was just really some large grand scale operation. I mean, no doubt there was some kind of illness going around, but it was nowhere near. Thank you for whoever just did that. Action is not just, damn, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, and I wish I could do more, and I'll keep on with this. Thank you, brother. And I want you all to please look out for Actions Not Distractions. This man is getting more talented by the day. He's got some professional editing skills, and he and I, one day, despite my procrastinations, will be working together. I have a pre-recorded video that I need to be sending him soon. There's so much I want to do, guys. So let me see. And where was I? Well, let me continue on. I'm seeing all your names, guys. It always. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Wolverine, by the way. They're not pushing the mask over in Texas, but I can tell you, in Florida, it's such a strange existence here because Florida was celebrated almost nationally, nationally. Like, the entire country was applauding how DeSantis handled it, even though he's completely lost his namesake, credibility, all of the good that he accomplished. He was a real badass, but on the campaign trail to be president, he has lost the likability. He looks fake and forced and awkward. I have no interest in him becoming president. I wish he would just keep his priorities here and the slogan, Make America Florida. Jesus, Ron DeSantis, what were you thinking? But I'll tell you, over here, I'm just noticing not so much of a push, although I'll tell you, all the doctors I went to as of late to tend to all of the issues I've had, the gout and everything else, the literature, the posters about getting the vaccine. People are, and when I told the nurse at the rheumatologist where I was having my foot x-rayed, the look she gave me and the diatribe she almost went into about not being vaccinated, and customers are getting more brazen, and I'm starting to see people get a little bit with the paranoia. There's still a large portion of people that will not submit. We didn't submit the first time. Why is this time any different? I don't care how many different variants you throw at us. We are resilient. We are American. We've made our decision. We're not going to go, oh, I didn't get the jab earlier. Let me do it now because you got a bunch of other bullshit variants that have not been reported as being any more dangerous than any of the original crap that you lied to us about from every possible institution available. WHO lost all credibility. The CDC had to report directly to Trump, right? And that was, I cannot believe that was chastised so harshly. I'll tell you though, regardless of Trump, I am hoping for new blood, younger blood, man. We end the term limits. This could be a pipe dream a la Hunter Biden, but what can I say? I will continue to say no. In solidarity, we have made up our minds. You can't fearmonger us any further. We have put our line in the sand. We're not budging. Keep trying to scare us. Putting Fauci back up on the freaking camera, right? Like, I couldn't believe that he was on the freaking news again. After how I thought it was almost widely accepted, even by the government. Fauci was not a well-celebrated, liked leader, a man for the highest paid doctor, my ass. And, okay, I'll also mention fleetingly, because I haven't done my homework, so I'll just say this. A friend of mine is slowly educating me on all the things that Bill Gates has been getting involved in, and now there's a whole other rabbit hole I'm going to go down. Let me continue. Oh, Indy's got some feedback too. Eli, a hospital system in Washington State has just said they will require all. No way, Indy. Okay. Whatever the case, I hope that's not your state. I know the crap that you already had to go through, and I just hope that things are staying smooth for you, and that we can all constitutionally hold firm to our own ideals. Okay, our own autonomy, right? What happened to that, by the way? Leftists, liberals, the Democrats, we were all about bodily autonomy, right? Keeping respect for our bodies and treat it the way we want it to be treated, except when it comes for the false pretense of the greater good, my ass. All right, let me keep going down. Thank you for the feedback. All things independent, welcome. Things are going well. I feel great, by the way. I've been treating myself as healthy as can be. No soda, no booze, low sugar intake, and just got to be well enough to take care of my family. I'm reminded how my father thought immediately he gets a fever. He's just, because of the fucking mainstream media, he's like, uh-oh, COVID. Nope. He couldn't even wait 3 days, and he got better. See, that happens. It's possible. Hey, it was that. Thank you. That I know who you are. BSR, thank you. Enter channel name. Appreciate. Slim Reaper, brother from another mother. Man, oh man. Thank you guys. What do we got right here? You see the short on here with Trump talking about Putin and his N-word topic? Oh, nuclear. Yeah, you had me there for a second. I was like, no, dude, no. It was pretty good. Okay, read between the lines. Basically just said that Putin is always threatening nuclear. Okay, so he would just tell him that we have more. Yeah. I'm actually familiar with that. That is just, I don't even know what to make of it. I mean, posturing is something Russia does and has been doing quite well for a long span of time. But you know what? I hate defaulting back to, hey, I missed this about Trump. I don't want to keep appearing like I just idolize Trump. I'm appreciative for what he accomplished when I was indoctrinated to just believe all of the bad and evil things he was that was never proven, with exception to how he worked in New York. And yeah, a lot of New Yorkers have given me so many reasons as why I should hate him. But nah, it doesn't stick. Whatever the case, though. Okay. Let me see. Florida has this mosquito. Dude, we got killer wasps over here, bro. There was a flyer at CVS somewhere saying anyone over 65 urged to get a double shot. Yeah, they can kiss my ass with that. Okay, all right. I'm fast forwarding. Check. Wait. Check out what your birth certificate and social security card really mean. Yeah, dude, that's a whole other topic, Rabbit. Thank you for that idea, by the way. I sadly, I think a lot of citizens don't know what that's really all about, and apparently, you can actually sell your birth certificate. You can sell your well-being, and get an actual dollar amount. What is an actual U.S. citizen human life worth? That's a whole thing, and I can't be paraphrasing. What's up, country boy archaeology? It's good to see it. You know, you've been here a few times now. I think it's only fair to mod you. If you'd like to, everybody is more than welcome to plug their channels. I'll mod you when we're done here. Let me see. Okay. All right. What do I got? Let's see. Breaking news, guys. Breaking news. What do we have? Checking. What? No. Okay. All right. Let's see where to. I don't even know how much can you. You know what? Okay. Why not? Let's do some real time research and check something out. Real quick though, I'm gonna distract you guys while I do some shadiness in the background. So give me just a moment to do just that. I'm refreshing the YouTube page. I'm getting extra sneaky, and I'm also putting YouTube to a little test. Oh, and by the way, please feel free if you find that any of the time here was worthy, entertaining, insightful, educational, or stupid, either way, please go ahead. Why not hit the like button? Perhaps it helps with the algorithm. Perhaps it doesn't. But I really I want to stay on YouTube's neck a little bit. Okay, just a smidgen. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and get this back and do some real-time research. Let's see how well I can type with one hand. Let's get this back to DuckDuckGo. All right. How much? You know what? Let's do it this way. This is going to be faster. Okay. How much can I get by selling my birth certificate? Now, I've heard and read a bunch of material. Okay. Is that not what it was? Is your birth certificate a bond? Oh, debunking a myth. Let me correct myself in real time. All right. I will always change with the right information. U.S. birth certificates. What is this? .com. All right. So there apparently was a big myth about selling your birth certificate, and it was pretty much widely spread as truth. If you have heard or read that the birth certificate is a bond, we are here to tell you that is not true. Okay, birth certificate bonds do not exist and are not real. Different platforms have made claims that a United States birth certificate is a negotiable instrument that can be used for several purposes, including making purchases that will be charged to a exemption account. That I'm not familiar with. Okay. Let me go down further, because there was at some point somebody did make a claim over on Rumble that they were able to get quite a few figures, like let's just say upward of like $50,000. I was like, bullshit, but it was getting so widespread. It is very important that you are aware that trying to defraud the U.S. government by claiming rights to false securities is a violation. Well, good thing I didn't try anything sneaky. Good thing we got the Biden family to be the number one example of integrity and how to use a glass pipe appropriately at all times and how to traffic women. Don't forget, Hunter has taught us a few things. How to evade justice at all costs because you're connected and not elected. Okay, all right. So, I don't know. Hey, the world is crazy. I can, by the way, Base Girl. Yes, I can. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad you got the message. Well, guys, I guess this is going to be it. I want to check here. I don't want to get Josh mad at me. By the way, Josh and I are talking about completely restructuring stuck in the middle. We want to change the format. We want to change the dynamic a bit. So it remains to be seen how that turns out. I'm checking out some the topics list. Oh, and there was something that was just fun that I wanted to play, but it is highly possible that there could be a copyright strike involved. But you know what? Just for the hilarity, it might be worth it. Right now, I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling from the funny community on Reddit. Okay. Wait. Oh, what is this? Whoa. Did you know that there was dailymail.com. This is where I normally enjoy getting my news because they go just fact by fact. It's as close to as Walter Cronkite as you're gonna get. What is this? Secret Service. All right, let me show you what the hell I'm seeing first, and then we'll decide what happens as a result. Then I think it's time to end the stream. But what in the hell is this? Nope, that's not the one. Go away. I don't want to read about masks. Thank you. Secret Service agent who was with JFK on day of his assassination breaks silence with claim that blows up the magic bullet theory and suggests there was more than one shooter. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Ex-Secret Service agent Paul Landis, 88, broke his silence after 60 years, claims he retrieved a bullet from JFK limo and placed it on the president's stretcher, casts doubt on magic bullet theory, and raises possibility of multiple shooters. Here, this is the OG case that invented the conspiracy theorist terminology. A former Secret Service agent who was present at JFK's assassination. Yes, I just read that. And I just read that too. Thank you for giving me the bullet points and then just going into the same damn thing. It was just behind where Kennedy was sitting when he was killed. Landis says he took the projectile, placed it on the stretcher to preserve it for the autopsy investigators. That bullet, the first piece of evidence logged in the murder investigation, has for 6 decades been said to have been found on the stretcher of Texas Governor John Connally and was hypothesized to have fallen free from a wound to his thigh. Holy crap. So this dude just placing a spent bullet on his bed messed up our whole understanding of the event. Okay, Landis thinks the bullet may have rolled onto Connolly's stretcher from Kennedy's while they were next to each other. It has long been known as the magic bullet, the bullet that supposedly passed through Kennedy's neck from the rear, then entered Connolly's right shoulder, struck his rib, exited his right nipple, passed through his right wrist and his left thigh. But Landis' assertion is that it had exited Kennedy in his Cadillac could lay waste to the magic bullet theory and bolster the claim that Lee Harvey Oswald did not operate alone on the day. I thought he was a patsy. That's right. Man, nothing ever makes sense. No matter how far back we look, nor what we look at here in the present, even if it's happening as we speak, or what the hell we think is going down in the future, or what we think the future may hold. Okay, so I'm not really learning too much here. I never really believed in the magic bullet theory. According to the official finding of the Warren Commission, Kennedy was killed by a lone gunman. Yeah, we already know that story. According to the report, one of the shots missed the motorcade. Another was the magic bullet that struck both Kennedy and Connolly. Okay, what does Landis say now that he believes the bullet retrieved from the limo may have been undercharged, dislodged from a shallow wound in the president's back? I get it. Falling back onto the limousine seat when the fatal shot struck his head, theorizes that after he placed the bullet on Kennedy's stretcher, yes, it fell onto Connolly's. Okay, but if Landis' claim is true, wow, they go with it. We could just read the bullet points at the top and not bother with the filler at the bottom. Let me just look at some of the images here. Is there anything that wasn't covered? The FBI... There's a conundrum. FBI experts, just about as useful as toenails. I don't know. I don't know what to give FBI in terms of value any longer because they certainly don't give a shit about us. FBI experts assessed that it would take Oswald a minimum of 2.3 seconds to fire, work the rifle's bolt action, aim, and fire. You know what? Even if this is getting looked at again, there's just, I don't know what there is to gain. I think everybody's kind of come to a consensus. So I thought that was going to be something. It was nothing. How about them apples? All right. So with that being said, I will say, so far, I'm really digging the health kick I'm on for the sake of helping my family. And by helping myself, I'm doing just that, taking care of them to the best of my ability. It feels right. And I'm not letting go of this clarity. And my birthday's next week, and I'm terrified. Not a big fan of it. With that being said, though, I think Wolverine has the idea here. All right. If I don't see you before Shabbat Shalom, y'all, and Shana Tova. May you all be inscribed. My never-ending adoration, appreciation, and hey, cheers to a better future, a brighter future, and good night to one and all. With that being said, Base Girl, Slim Reaper, Wolverine, Independent Many, All Things Independent, White Dragon, Queen Survivor, Actions Not Distractions, Whoever I Missed, Country Boy, Archaeology, all my good friends, and I'll be making some new mods. Did I already say Slim Reaper? White Dragon. I say good night to one and all. All right, and now let's see. I haven't done this in a while. Let me just wait for you guys to slowly start dropping out. And I'll just awkwardly stare into the camera. Make this super weird for all of us, huh? Come on, go on. Get out of here. Shabbat shalom. Peace out. Deuces. There you go. Okay. Good night, guys. I'm out of here. I'm going to go do something before I go to bed. That sounded very open-ended. I might play a video game. That's code for something creepy.